Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2013 Chrysler 200. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication of being in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, it's meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. And this one is going to be a steal if you're looking for a deal, but you've got to be willing to do a little bit of work in order to get the deal. So if you're not willing to do a little bit of work in order to get the steal, this one's not for you. You can just go on to the next one. So here we go. Let's get out of here. Oh, I should probably put it in drive first, or in park first, and I'll pop the hood and we'll get out. Oh. Okay, here we go. All right, Chrysler 200. If you guys follow me very much, you know I've had this car for a long time, and I have not driven it yet. Matt had driven it, but I have not driven it, and I wanted to do a video on it to show you guys how, what the potential is on this car. So you can see the body on it is pretty dang good. As far as, there's not a lot of rust. I don't see really a lot of dents and dings. I don't know if there's any disclosures. I'd have to check the bill of sale. Tires are, probably 35%. They're not bad. They're not brand new, but they're not bad. Front tires are probably similar. They're snow packed, and so I may not have that completely accurate, but they're pretty decent. Interior is black leather. You got your normal wear and tear, like on that middle console type thing. You do have a sunroof, which I haven't tried yet. We'll try that. We got a little bit of dust and stuff, but otherwise it looks pretty all right. This is one of those dumb ones that has the battery under the driver's side wheel, which we did replace. So hopefully you won't have to replace that. But it is one of those dumb ones that you have to replace under there. So this side, again, body condition is pretty decent. I don't really see any major issues. So we'll get under the hood and see what we've got under here. Okay, and it's all covered up. So there's really not a whole lot to see. But it sounds like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So we'll let that shut and then we'll get in the car. Because my hands are frozen already. I've only been outside for just a few minutes. Okay, 3 minutes and 9 seconds to be exact. Or not even that. Okay, so we've got, I've had the car running for a little bit because I went to get the gas. So, we've got 200,000 miles on here, 263. We've got an airbag light. My seatbelt light will go off when I put it on. Check engine light. And then, like I said, it's been running for quite a while. It's right in the middle as far as engine temperature goes, so it's not overheating or anything. Also, those lights do not flash like that. That's just a product of the camera and the LED lights. I don't know why it does it, but it does. There's also the oil change. I don't know if that's going to focus. Okay, well, it's probably not going to focus. But oil change, let's see. It looks like, okay, that's next service date was at 198,705. So I forgot. I have to check the oil and see what the color is. If that's accurate, the oil change is due. I'll check the oil and see what color it is and all of that. But it's always a good deal when you get a new car just to change the oil anyways, to have a base starting point, just to get a base starting point. Duh. Okay, anyways, radio, it works. You can hear that. We've got heated seats on here. I've got so many clothes on I can't really tell if they work, but you've got lights on and the lights seem to indicate that they do work. We'll check our windows and hope they're not frozen. Passenger side window works. Rear passenger side window works. Rear driver's side window works, and driver's side window works. And we'll try the sunroof. It does have snow on it, so I'm not going to open it very far if it is not frozen. So, it is not frozen and it works. So, sunroof works. so far we are batting like a million for a million, which is good. And we have something on this mirror. I don't know what it is. There's an extra mirror on here. I don't know why that's on there. But okay, well, whatever. It's got an extra mirror on it. For whatever reason. Power? I don't know if it's lit or if it's, I don't know. I might have to look into that. But that's on there. It does have check engine light. Okay, so here is your problem with the car. It's got a 1745 code. No engine code, which is cool. That engine sounded good. The 1745 code, and I'm going to screenshot the Google explanation for this because it's a whole lot better than the explanation I have. But transmission line pressure too high for too long. What that essentially means is that one of the solenoids did not open up the way that it was supposed to, and one of the transmission lines had too much pressure for too long, and it threw a code and the car freaked out. So it pretty much put the car down into a safety mode, so it's in like first gear, and it's in a safety mode so that it doesn't damage itself. And that's, so you'll see when we drive it, we're not going to go into all the gears. It's not going to go into overdrive. Again, that doesn't flash like that, but it's not going to go into overdrive. It's not going to go into all the gears because it's in a safety mode. That's common with Chryslers. We've done this on a Jeep. We've done this, I think we've done it on another vehicle as well. We've done it on a Dodge Sprinter. So you could replace the individual solenoid, but it is a whole lot easier to just get the valve body, and you can get it off of eBay for like 156 bucks. And you just replace the valve body, which is just inside the transmission pan. So you're looking at a transmission flush. Let's see, hold on. So you don't have to look out the window. So you're looking at a transmission fluid change, a transmission pan filter, and a valve body. So probably 250 bucks if you can do it yourself. And that would cover the cost. And then you have to have this code cleared. The 1745 code you can't clear with like an AutoZone scanner. So you've got to have it cleared by someone with a better scanner. I don't know what kind of scanner. I don't know if my scanner will clear it because I've got a little bit better one. I don't know if you got to go to a dealership and clear it. I don't know. But it won't clear with just like an AutoZone one. So, and then wham bam, and it's all done. And then it should function the way it did. Like that's what we did with the Jeep. We drove it out of there and it was just fine. So that is the steal. Right now this car is like $1,000. And so you put the money into it for less than 1,500 bucks, you have a really nice looking, really good running car that runs and drives good, but you've got to do the legwork. So now with all of that, we're going to go actually drive it, and I'll show you how it drives minus the whole shifting part, so because it's not going to shift very well, and I'll show you that on the RPM gauge. So here we go. Okay. Oh, I'm in the snow. And the traction control light works. And we're not going to go up on the highway just because there's no point, because it doesn't go into overdrive. It doesn't go into all the higher gears. So I'll put you down here actually. I'm going to show you the RPM gauge on our first part of the drive, and you'll just see that it's in I don't know if it's limp mode or it's just in a safety mode where the car is not going to shift. It's still driving really well. It's driving smooth. Like it doesn't. If I wasn't the type of person who was looking at my car, looking at the RPM gauge, listening to my car and paying attention to how it was acting, I would not know that it was not shifting. but just because I am, and I did notice. So, but I don't hear any suspension noise. It's driving very well. It's driving smooth. But you can just see that it's not shifting the way that a car should, because it's in a protective mode so that the car doesn't get damaged any further. So that's kind of what it does. And you can, like I said, I'll screenshot that one part to put with the pictures, and then obviously Google some more. There's tons of videos about this because it's a common problem, and just see if it's something that you want to undertake or not. No suspension noise when I'm turning it, so there's no like ball joints or any rattly stuff that when you turn, sometimes you get some of that suspension type stuff. Brakes are good and solid. Even the ABS works. It's stopping me on that ice. Let's check our turn signals. There's our left turn signal, our right turn signal. Let's see, windshield wipers. Let's see, that's going to be this one over here. There's our windshield wipers. Let's see, how do we check our mist? I don't know. Is it forward? No, but down. Let's see. Okay. I do not know if there's windshield wiper fluid in there because I have not checked. So windshield wiper fluid either does not work, or there's none in there, or it's frozen. One of the two. One of the three. Just because I have not checked and it's not coming out, or it's buried underneath all of that snow. So that's just one thing to check, either when the snow's gone or after I've checked the fluid, and to check and see if that works. So other than that, we'll see if we can get up to a speed. Well, I don't know if we'll be able to check cruise or not. That's kind of an iffy one. The cruise light does turn on. Let's see if I can get up to, see, there's a stop sign. Let's see if I can get up to at least 30, and we'll check the cruise. There's my ABS kicking in. And my traction control. So all of that stuff works. All of your winter driving stuff works. Okay. Now we're going to try and get to a cruising speed. Let's see. I am cruising. So cruise works. So, that's it, guys. It is a car that needs some repair. I'm going to slow down because there's a cop right there. It is a car that needs some repair, obviously. It's also a really good deal if it's something you want to put some elbow grease into. That's about all I've got. Pretty much everything works on it, and it's a good looking car. So it's definitely worth the investment if you have some time, if you have a little bit of extra money. Probably not this week because it's like super cold this week, and I don't know when you're watching this video, but when I'm making it, it's super cold. So something for you to consider if you're at all handy, or a YouTuber or whatever. But that's what I got. So if you have any questions, my cell phone is 309-267-7200. Thanks, guys.